Okay, today I'm going to show you how to localize applications in Xcode. So just first go ahead and open up your application. Okay, so this is just a basic application setup. Okay, first thing you need to do is create a strings file. Call it localizable.strings. Okay, now immediately what you need to do is open up the right panel and hit here on the localization area, hit the plus, and that'll give you the localization for your native language. Okay, mine's English. Alright, hit it one more time for the language you want to localize into. And I'm just gonna set it up for Japanese right now. Okay. Now jump back in your zib and let's pull out two labels. So there's a label. Let's make it a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. 25, that should do it. Okay. And stretch it out a bit because the string might be longer in size in a different language. English is one of the shortest languages, and when you translate it into other languages, if your label is too short, you can overrun the space, and that just causes all sorts of UI problems. Okay, so I've got two labels there. Now let's connect these up in the app delegate. Let's see, get rid of that for a second. And you would connect these up in not necessarily the app delegate, but in this case it's the app delegate because it's just very simple. Just a 3-file program here. Okay, so control and drag in here, and we'll just call this top label. Do the same thing again. Drag that in there. Bottom label. Okay, so now they're all hooked up. Oh, and actually one more thing. Let's go ahead and I want to change it to actually be from a title to a placeholder. That way we know that our strings are being programmatically set correctly. Okay, so that's it for the zip file right now. Let's just go ahead and build it and see what happens. Okay, perfect, just like it looks there. Alright, go ahead and close that. Let's jump then back into our M file, and okay, well let's change some language here. Okay, so let's call the top label self.toplabel.string value localized ns localized string, and this is what's going to call back to that localizable.strings file that we just created. We'll call it top label and do the same for the bottom. Okay, so there's text expanders being weird. NS localized. Where's it going? NS localized. String. Here we go. Okay, so key. Bottom label. Okay, and now we go over. Let's see. Finish that. Okay, let's just go ahead and build it and see what happens. Okay, perfect. So that's showing up just right there. Okay, so, well, now what we need to do is make our localized version. Okay, it's showing up like this because this is just the default right there. So now let's go ahead and we'll find our strings file. Okay, and see there's nothing in there, so there's no change. Nothing, no keys and values yet. So anywhere we would find top label inside of an NS localized string, well actually I'll just show you an easier way to do it. Alright, so let's stop this. Alright, I use this program, Pseudo-Localizer. I made it, and it's on the App Store. I just made it because it makes it way easier to do it. Just take all of your files, drop them onto there, and then create a strings file. It's going to create a funky file, a pseudo-localized strings file. Okay, and pseudo-localizing means, let's copy and paste those. Pseudo-localizing is a process by where you, well, it takes this English stuff right here, the regular English, and it makes it all funky so you can see that your localization file is actually working. Let's just go ahead and paste that also into Japanese. And let's run the program again. Okay, we can see it's local. Yeah, it's working. It's digging out of here. Okay, so we'll just go back into English and change it to real English. Another good thing about this pseudo-localizing, it's really popular in the actual localization, internationalization industry, because you don't have to actually know a foreign language to make sure that your program is ready to be translated and used as is. So okay, now we'll change the Japanese bottom label shita no raberu. Okay, and now change the top label ue no raberu. Cool, run it again. And it's still in English because my computer's language settings are in English right now. Let's see, where's that guy? Yes. Right. Little Stack Overflow there. Let's see, language and text. Okay, and we'll take Japanese, that's that one there, the 3 kanji. Drag it to the top. Okay, so it's priority number 1. Language right now, close pseudo-localizer. Okay, now our computer should be in Japanese. Okay, let's build it again and run. And there you go. Let's see, shita no raberu, because that one's bottom label and top label. Okay. Well, okay, anyways, that's how you localize, basically how you localize or start localizing your apps on Xcode. So take care.